Clash of Clans is notoriously known for its idle game design, town halls, and most importantly, its nostalgia. But has it ever occurred to you that some of it might actually be fake?
Mania is taking the world by storm.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, today I'm going to recount a story of when Clash of Clans faked its history. Now, Clash of Clans was created and founded in 2012. It was known to be one of the best mobile game hits at this time, and truthfully, it was, but it always felt like it was missing something. You see, the one thing that turns old boring games into big hits is nostalgia, which Clash of Clans was definitely missing. But to be honest, in the start, that didn't really bother the team. Supercell was hard at work, set to release a new town hall bi-yearly, and slowly but surely the game was rising to fame. So far, Clash of Clans strayed away from the nostalgia path, and didn't seem too keen or interested in contributing to the story of the game. Rather, they wanted to build up Clash of Clans and the Clash universe. Clash universe? What's the Clash universe, you might be asking? Well, whilst Clash of Clans was in construction, Supercell was working on several other games. Some of the more commonly known ones today are Clash Royale and Brawl Stars. The Clash universe was expanding. Hog Riders and Witches and Valkyries were no longer exclusive to one game or the other. This really helped Supercell expand its ideas, and along with that came an expansion of player base. As the player base started to increase, so were the events. You know, to keep players this active, Clash of Clans incorporated events every now and then to help the game through dry times. And the main event that will be leading this investigation is the Clash of Clans Anniversaries, or more commonly known as the Clashiversaries. These were limited yearly time events, where along with cool in-game features and news, a cake would spawn in your village to represent your witnessing or participation of the Clashiversary. These Clashiversaries started to take place ever since the first monumental 5th year anniversary of this mobile game. However, it wasn't long until Clash of Clans released their 6th, their 7th, their 8th, their 9th, and even 10th anniversary. Last year was the 11th, but we won't be focusing on that much, as truthfully nothing really happened back then. Where the party really went down was the 10th Clashiversary of the game. This was really, in my opinion, the best event ever hosted by Supercell. Not only was there a nice dancing cake in my base, but there was also so many challenges to complete that unlocked a premium feature for free-to-play players. This, in all honesty, was really a game changer in terms of game content. But what about lore? Let's be honest, that's what we are really here for. So, surprisingly enough, on the Clash of Clans 10th Clashiversary, the team decided to take it one step further and incorporate a documentary into the celebration. This is truthfully where things started to get a bit out of hand. You would think that Clash of Clans would make a documentary about how the success of their team is influenced by their players, or how they make these updates and come up with these crazy new concepts. Surprisingly enough though, it was actually a short story about their past, which when you think about it at first, you might ponder and realize that Clash of Clans only had 10 years of development. What sort of past and nostalgia could the game possibly be referring to? And that's exactly what I was wondering as well. I mean, I understood that they could talk about the history of the game, but when looking at it, there really wasn't much, or at least much that we knew about. So, Clash of Clans decided instead of celebrating their 10th anniversary, why not celebrate their 40th? You heard me right. Clash of Clans was planning on creating a whole new nostalgic past from scratch, to create a documentary and to release limited timed items. To do this, Clash of Clans first created an entirely made up 20-minute documentary. It covered 40 years of history and was shot on 5 different era-specific cameras.
My name is Leo. I've been documenting Clash for 40 years. Yeah, 40 years.
Not only that, but the documentary also featured fake commercials for fake products.
He twists, he bends, he twists again.
Fake interviews for fake morning shows,
An arcade coming to you.
and even scenes from a fake movie.
Are you the Goblin Chief's great-grandson?
No.
Okay.
At the heart of it were 3 games that were made for real: an 80s arcade platformer, a 90s racer, and a 2000s era RPG. Even though the games were playable, everything was actually just a work of fiction. This was truly one of the most shocking things that Clash of Clans has ever done. I mean, the videos and cinematics you're seeing here were all created from fiction. Along with the documentary, a lot of collectible items like posters, clothing, cards, and even cereal were released and given to special content creators to enjoy. Clash of Clans went out of their way to create a fake nostalgic past. They included little details like creating separate games and products as talked about before, but they also made individual logos for all of their 40 years that they are claiming the game was out for. Frankly speaking here, even though I knew as a Clash of Clans veteran that Clash of Clans was released in 2012, I really thought that there was more to it. I mean, the advertisements looked really similar to some of the things that you would see back in the day. Not only that, but the game paired up with ingenious logos and designs just seems so real that even now, when I am researching for this video, I just want to believe that it was not staged. But the big question here is why? Why were they doing this? And a quote from Clash of Clans developer team sums this up perfectly. Why? Because although Clash of Clans started in 2012, we didn't want the fans of one of the world's top mobile games to miss out on the era of arcade games, cartridges, and questionable graphics. So we decided to play a game with our fans, pulling them down a nostalgia rabbit hole of fake news where the Clash brand could have existed since 1982. In conclusion, Clash of Clans played everyone. They pulled an elaborate, harmless prank, and it was very well worth it. The amount of love that the game received afterwards and during this event was enormous, and you can clearly see a lot of effort was put into the scheme. It's a shame, however, that none of that lore and action was true. If you want to watch the documentary yourself, I have linked it down below. Thanks for sticking to the end. YouTube thinks you'll like these videos next. Peace out and take care.
Clash! Clash, man!